Welcome to the February 23rd episode of Beacon Web News. I'm Cara Fusco. Over the weekend, the campus community was informed of the sudden death of resident student Isabella Bunce, class of 2023. An email from President Jamie Burge said she died by suicide. Isabella was involved with many campus activities as well as worked for Airmark dining services on campus. She was a psychology major with a biology minor. In his email, President Burge said, "The hardest part of life is when someone we love and care for dies suddenly. At a small campus like MCLA, we all feel that loss when a student dies." Isabella's death this weekend calls for each of us to think about what kind of support we need to cope with the feelings of loss and to remember to care for one another. The school is planning a candlelight vigil for Buns Wednesday evening at 5 p.m. in the Campus Center quad outside of the Friel Library. School officials are also offering student counseling and support services and will announce a more formal memorial in the weeks ahead, they said. If you or someone you know would like counseling, then please call 413-662-5331. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline also provides 24/7 support services for those in need with a toll-free number. Isabella was 20 years old. Be sure to connect with Trio and Ceci for on-campus housing and learning, where they talk about how academic progress impacts housing choices and some of the best practices for college living, which will take place on February 21st from 12 p.m. to 12:50 p.m. in the Sullivan Lounge. Do you have a hard time studying for that upcoming exam? You've taken all the notes you need, but having a hard time studying them? Stop by Ceci anytime to help turn your notes into study material. Midterm warnings are quickly approaching. I spoke to Dean of Students Success and Engagement, Teresa O'Brien, on advice for those expecting an email from the registrar on March 2nd. Midterm warnings are expected to hit your emails Wednesday, March 2nd from the registrar. The email will include the recommended steps that students should take to respond to the warning, such as meeting with their instructor, meeting with their academic advisor, and taking advantage of the available academic support resources like Ceci.
The Center for Student Success and Engagement is actually a conglomeration of different departments, and all designed to support a student as they not only transition to Mass College of Liberal Arts, but as they study and learn at Mass College of Liberal Arts, and as they plan their future beyond Mass College of Liberal Arts. And in so doing, we work with students as they're coming to the college and help them understand sort of the principles and practices of good student behavior. We do that through the first year student orientations. We also work with students who are excelling in school and who may also have some challenges. And we do those things in a host of ways. So we have a success coaching component of the work we do here, and that works for any student. A lot of students who get success coaching do exceedingly well in classes, and others may struggle. We also have academic supports for students who are interested in either helping other students. So we hire tutors to be peer tutors, and the peer tutoring program supports students who are doing well in classes. It may also assist students who are having some more challenges. So by policy, the faculty is supposed to report students who are achieving at a D or F level in their class at midterm. I think the rationale behind that is so students get some sort of notice. The lawyer in me says, great, you have notice, you have opportunity to be heard, you have an opportunity to rectify. That said, I don't necessarily think that if someone is exercising great student behavior, that it would be a surprise.
According to Teresa O'Brien, the 4 keys to academic success are 1. Get organized, 2. Get planning, 3. Get working, and 4. Get help when needed.
I thought that grades equated to intelligence. I can tell you from my work now that there is not a statistical significance. There's no correlation between grades that people earn or are earning and their capacity to do well.
A tribute to Bell Hooks on February 25th at 3 p.m. on Microsoft Teams. To join the event, check out the link below. Ceci will be hosting first-year student drop-in coaching, where Sarah Burdick will be discussing personal, academic, or social concerns with you as you study at MCLA on Thursday, February 24th, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. in Eldredge Hall, room 209. Student Government General Assembly meetings will be held on February 28th at 7 p.m. in Murdoch 218. Stop by if you would like to voice your opinion on a topic on this week's agenda, and check out their Facebook page for the latest information about meetings. The Television and Film Society is hosting a crew and casting call on March 4th at 7 p.m. in Bowman 206. If you are interested in being part of the student film, then be sure to attend. Artist in residence Nathaniel Danae talked to students on February 15th about his experience as a Black artist and how his life informs his art. BWN's David Jamina covered the story.
What is going on, MCLA? This is David Jamina here with BWN, and we will be entering the event held in Murdoch 218, where we will meet Nathaniel Danae, and he will be speaking about his life experiences, background, and future endeavors into bringing change into this world. Let's get into it. Nathaniel Danae, born in Houston, Texas. Nathaniel Danae earned his BA in Fine Arts from Texas Southern University and his MFA from Yale University School of Art. Danae is a cultural practitioner who employs varied materials, media, Black aesthetics, and seemingly non-related ideas as strategies to find nuance and meaning in the overlooked and undervalued. Danae probes the associations of the imagination and the poetics of everyday experience to explore ideas of liminal space and time, art, history, and speculation. I'm here with Nathaniel Danae. And Nathaniel, thank you for being here tonight. So we have two questions for you. The first question is, what are your ultimate goals to complete in life?
My ultimate goal to complete in life is to live life to the fullest, learn as much as possible, share as much as possible, and think about things in a more reflective way.
Thank you so much. And then the second question, man, focusing on racial discrimination, do you believe we are growing as a community to move forward, or are we backpedaling?
I think it's a little both. I think we're moving forward, but I think there are still a lot of things that need to be reconciled. And I also think there's a lot of power that we need to get to the right side of history. And I'm not sure how to do that, but I think one way is for me is like contributing in an artistic way, but I think people being more involved in the politics of things and education could be one way to do it. But yeah, so I think we are moving forward, but I think when we move forward, we take half a step back. That's what I'm thinking.
Men of Color is hosting a meeting where you get to connect and network with other men of color on campus. If you want to connect with your peers, the event is taking place in the Empowerment Lounge from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. February 24th. BWN reporter Isabel jammed out with MCLA alumni DJ Bengey at his Black History Month Music Hour.
I graduated 2006.
And what was your major?
My major is Fine and Performing Arts, FPA major.
So that's like where like the Venable and stuff like that was, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not there anymore.
No.
So sad.
And how did you pick the music from your show last week? Like what came to mind when you were picking songs?
It was very challenging because there's so many, Black artists and Black music throughout the years. I picked a handful from different eras, like from the 20s, the 20s and 30s and 40s, from jazz and blues, and then I did soul, some Motown, some funk, just to name a few different genres. So I kind of wanted to do it like a roller coaster, take a history lesson and ride of how Black music started and where it was going.
Now, where did Black music come from?
Where did it come from? So it's just like it came from many different places. So there's no specific answers, but one of the things I did read about is that Black music came from a lot of it came from Africa. But a lot of the slaves back then were doing hymns and singing about their sorrows and things that they were going through, and so that's one of the places that it came from people just singing and just humming, and then then people started doing lyrics and or like a place of worship like church and things like that. So it came from different places. So there's no specific place where it came from.
Now, what is your favorite type of music?
I would say I like pop. I think I like. I mean, there's so many different. I'm also a DJ, so it's kind of hard to answer that question. But I like pop. I like reggae. I like them all pretty much. I like all kinds of music, so I don't have a specific type. But I did grow up with pop and hip hop and rock, so I do have that in my background.
Now, how far back does music go? Do you know?
Like year wise, like how far back?
Yeah, like year wise.
I would say since like 14 BC. Since the BCs. I think that's far back. I don't know the specific number of where it goes back, but it goes back from people banging things and making rhythm. So that's how far back it goes, when people are making rhythm and making sound.
All right, and that's all the questions that I had. So thank you so much for your time.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
MCLA Art Lab artist in residence and award-winning Houston cultural practitioner Nathaniel Danae will engage in a backpack exchange with MCLA students on the second floor of the campus center Tuesdays and Thursdays beginning February 17th until March 1st from 11:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. MCLA students will have the opportunity to exchange their old backpacks for new ones provided by Danae. Each participant should be prepared to spend 10 minutes to exchange backpacks and to answer a few questions. Tables will be set up located on the second floor of MCLA's campus center adjacent to the subway and coffee bar. Another round of weekly surveillance testing results are in. To keep on current things COVID, here's Ryan Powers.
I'm Ryan Powers with this week's COVID update. This week's tests only resulted in 2 positive cases out of almost 400 total tests. This equates to only a 0.5% positive rate in comparison to the town's percentage of almost 9% that is very low. Berkshire County seems to be getting a very steady decline in positive cases as the average is consistently getting lower, with this week's average only being 58 compared to recent weeks when overall positive cases have reached into the 100s. On a larger scale, the entire country has seen a downturn in positive cases as there were over 130,000 new cases last week and about 85,000 this week. We're seeing mask mandates beginning to be reevaluated as Massachusetts has recently revised their guidelines. Vaccinated individuals should still wear masks indoors if they have a weakened immune system or if someone in their own household has a weakened immune system. Schools are required to wear masks until February 28th, and at that point, the decision is made by each individual school whether or not to wear masks. That's it for this week's COVID update. From BWN, I'm Ryan Powers. Back to you, Cara.
This week in athletics, spring sports are starting competition. The men's lacrosse first game will be at Mitchell College on February 24th at 3 p.m. They will play at home on Truecraft Field. Saturday, the 26th, versus Mount St. Vincent at 2 p.m. The baseball team started their season with a win, 10-4 over Yeshiva. They play a doubleheader at Mount St. Vincent on February 27th. The first pitch will be at 11 a.m. and the second pitch will be at 1:30. Women's lacrosse will be playing their first game at the Shoe Tuesday, March 1st at 4 p.m. against Mount Holyoke. To watch the live stream of any away games, go to the MCLA Athletics page for the link. The men's basketball season came to a close last night with a thrilling but heartbreaking 1-point first-round tournament loss to Fitchburg. Last week, the women's basketball team had their final home game of the season. David Jamina wraps things up with the seniors.
What is going on? This is David Jamina here with BWN, and we are about to enter the Women's Senior Night. It's a great atmosphere. The girls are here, and they're ready to go against their opponent, Worcester State. We are about to enter in, and let's see how this is going to end up. Let's take a look. What is going on? I am David Jamina here from BWN, and I am with MCLA women's basketball player Shannon Carney, with two fans who are always rooting for her and want the best for her. So Shannon, starting with you, what were your thoughts on your senior night game tonight?
Obviously I wish we won tonight, but I think that my favorite thing about playing here and with these girls is that they're always going to go to war with me. I know they're always going to give 100%. Same with Coach Bostic. When we step on that floor, we're giving it all till the end. So.
Thank you so much, Shannon. That was powerful. And now moving on to Sophie and Emmy. Both of you are great fans of Shannon and the MCLA women's basketball team. So what were your thoughts, starting with you, Sophie?
Well, I definitely think tonight's game, everyone played super hard. There was a lot of competition, but more than anything, I'm glad that we could be out here to support our friends on their senior night tonight and see them play at home for the last time.
Thank you so much. And Emmy, how about you?
I think it was a good game. I mean, they didn't get the win, but that's okay. We've been watching Shannon since she was a freshman here, and it's just amazing to watch her and be able to see her at her last senior night here at MCLA, and I think the girls all did really well.
Thank you so much, ladies. Powerful answers. And this is David Jamina with BWN. Take care. Next time, I'll see y'all.
On Monday, February 21st, North Adams police arrested a man who is believed to be involved in the shooting of two people early Saturday morning near Key West Lounge on State Street. The suspect was 19-year-old Paul Douglas Starbird, who was arrested on charges of 2 counts of armed assault to murder, possession of a firearm without a firearms identification card, and discharging a firearm within 500 feet of a building. The Conservation Commission approved and set conditions on a North Adams Housing Authority project to remove soils impacted by lead and arsenic. High levels of lead and arsenic were found on a property located at 48 Angeli Street. Although levels were high, they are not considered an immediate hazard. The Commission's plan is to remove 13 cubic yards of material off of the property, which will begin as soon as possible. The Alumni Association recently hosted a journalism panel under the series of career programming called Trailblazing the Path. BWN's Sarah Tomzik discovers what it takes to be a journalist.
Last week, the Alumni Association recently hosted an event under their series of careers programming called Trailblazing the Path. Their last event was a journalism panel on Microsoft Teams featuring 3 MCLA alumni who are currently in the journalism field. The panelists were Joe DeWinnell, who graduated in 1982 and is currently the executive editor of the Boston Herald. Jake Vitale, a 2020 graduate, is a night editor and reporter for 3 different sister local papers, with Lowell Sun being one of them. And Katrina Matera, a 2019 graduate, is now a production assistant at ESPN. Kate Gigliotti, senior director of the Institutional Advancement, stated that these individuals were chosen because they all represent a variety of careers and stages of careers within journalism. Another thing she added was that all alums were chosen by Sean McIntosh, professor of English and Communications. During the panel, the alums talked about everything you need to know about journalism, from facts to advice. Joe DeWinnell shared about what you need to know about being a good journalist.
You need to have, Excel, analytics, like all the latest analytics, Google Analytics, there's so many platforms out there, software. I mean, we use Parsley, we use Social Flow, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. You need to be able to write quickly. I use WordPress. I knew Photoshop. You have to be a really sharp writer. And it always goes back to that foundation of you have to know how to dig up stories.
Jake Vitale added on to the conversation regarding being a good journalist.
It's that the art is almost everything. Like, you gotta have the visual to go along with it.
In order to set up a panel for the program, Trailblazing the Path, Gigatoli stated that the alumni office works with faculty members to come up with the theme and identify panelists. Then the alumni office reaches out to the speakers and arranges the event's logistics. Due to low attendance to these panels, there may not be another one occurring this spring semester, but if you'd like to see any past events, check out the Alumni Association Facebook page. From Beacon Web News, this is Sarah Tomzik.
Drop by the CSI Atrium on Wednesday the 23rd from 3 to 4:30 p.m. for some free hot chocolate, warm apple cider, s'mores, and a student resource fair. Do you love animals? Then the Enchanted Animal Petting Zoo is the event for you animal lovers. The event is being hosted by SAC and will be held in Venable Gym on February 26th from 3 to 6 p.m. Spring is just around the corner, but winter is still trying to hang on a little bit longer. For your weekly weather update, here is Carisha Graham.
Hello, my name is Carisha Graham and welcome back to our weekly weather update. The warm but wet weather we have had the past 2 days will change on Thursday the 24th, with throughout the day a high of only 35 degrees. Temperatures will drop further overnight to below freezing as a winter storm comes our way by Friday morning. On the 25th, we can expect between 3 to 5 inches of snow as temperatures stay just below freezing. If you're heading out, make sure you have your winter coat as temperatures will continue to drop to a frigid 8 degrees. On Saturday the 26th, we are expecting a little sunshine and partly cloudy skies, but it will remain cold. On Sunday, it will get a little above freezing during the day, but drop down to 11 degrees during the night, and it will stay cold on Monday, with a high of only 19 degrees, so be extra careful about ice. At night, expect the temperature to drop all the way down to 4 degrees. Please make sure to dress appropriately and stay warm. On Tuesday, March 1st, expect cloudy skies with a little sunshine. The temperature will be a high of 24 degrees and a low of 11 degrees. This is your weekly weather update. From Beacon Web News, I'm Carisha Graham. Back to you, Cara.
Do you enjoy gardening or plants? Then join the Freel Library as they host seed packet decorating. During this event, you'll be able to decorate seed packets for the MCLA Campus Seed Library and watch an informative presentation about the Seed Library and how you can get involved. Seed packet decorating will occur Friday, February 25th at 2 p.m. in Freel Library. Over the weekend, the coldest season of the year was celebrated in North Adams. Ryan Powers goes downtown to chill out at Winterfest.
Let it snow and enjoy the show. I'm Ryan Powers from BWN. Welcome to Winterfest.
It seemed like Mother Nature was in the Winterfest spirit today as festivities began early in the morning, and so did the snow. But that didn't hold the community back in gathering together to continue the tradition with ice carving, horse-drawn wagon rides, and free skating at the Veterans Memorial Rink. We were able to hear a bit of the inspiration behind some of the amazing ice sculptures from the artists themselves.
It was supposed to be Jaws, and hence the leg into the Jaws. We bought a little trinket for the fish tank, a little Jaws, but, no experience in this, so the best I came up with was this. So this is my sixth year doing it. We started on Eagle Street with a little cactus. It was a family affair. When the kids were younger, I had the whole family doing it, and now everybody's grown up and gone, but I just kept the tradition alive.
It's a dancer, and I have a lot of dancer friends, and I've done a lot of paintings of dancers, and when I was trying to figure out what to do here, I looked on my wall and I saw this painting that I had done, and it was the perfect dimensions, It's got to be 40 inches high and 20 inches wide, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that, and that's what I did. Greenfield was 8 years ago. I did my first one, and then, 6 or 7 years. It was my first one, and then I've done Northampton and North Adams and Pittsfield.
We did a heart with a pair of hands holding the heart. So having my daughter with me today, my love of my life over here. It really made it an appropriate piece to carve. Even though it's nice, our hearts are warm. My third year here. Bob got me started carving ice 5 years ago, but I'm a marble sculptor, so I've been carving different medium. This is a little bit softer. We were trying to look at the piece and try to figure out, and kept having to dust off the snow to figure out what it was.
Mayor Maxey was also out enjoying the events with her family and told us some of her favorite parts of Winterfest.
Just seeing all the people and, of course, riding on the wagon with my grandson, who I've seemed to have lost my family. But it's a great day to just get everybody out and enjoying each other's company and just getting an opportunity just to talk and have fun with the snow.
I'm Ryan from BWN. Back to you, David.
And now from the Beacon. Co-editor and chief Katie Napier discussed the criticisms raised by SGA at its February 7th meeting about the student counseling services in an interview last week with student counseling director Heidi Aurelio. The Beacon's editorial dives into the problems transfer students are facing. Transfer students often feel as though they are treated like freshmen, despite having college experience under their belt. What they really need is the college to provide guidance fit to suit their unique needs. BWN reporter and Beacon staff writer Carisha Graham attends DJ Bengey's Music Hour to kick off Black History Month. Over a dozen participants jammed out to their favorite tunes while also hearing some related historical commentary. You can read these and many more over at the onlinebeacon.com or pick up a copy all over campus. That's it for this week. To stay up to date with BWN, you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/BWN. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.